Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Around 40 people have been killed and 100 injured, most of them seriously, after an explosion tore through a crowded bar during a New Year's Eve party in the upscale ski resort of Crans-Montana. Swiss officials said a fire broke out at 1:30 a.m. in a bar called Le Constellation in the resort in southwestern Switzerland. The cause of the blast remains unclear, but authorities said it appeared to be an accident. The head of security for the Valais canton said some of the victims are from other countries. Russia has accused Ukraine of killing at least 24 people, including a child, in a drone strike on a hotel and cafe where civilians were seeing in the new year in a Russian-controlled part of Ukraine's southern Kherson region. Vladimir Saldo, the Russian-installed governor of the region, first made the assertion about the strike in a statement. Russia's foreign ministry and senior Russian politicians later accused Ukraine of carrying out a terrorist attack. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy, in his New Year address to the nation, has said that Ukraine wanted the war to end, but not at any cost, adding he would not sign a weak peace agreement that would only prolong the war. He said Ukrainians were exhausted from nearly 4 years of war, but not prepared to give up. Zelensky said any signature placed on weak agreements only fuel the war, adding that a peace agreement is 90% ready. Ukrainian and European officials have rejected Moscow's claims that Ukraine targeted a personal residence of Russian President Vladimir Putin with a drone attack this week. The Wall Street Journal reported that US national security officials have found Ukraine did not target Putin or one of his residences in a drone strike. Kaja Kallas, the EU's top diplomat, called Russia's claims a deliberate distraction. Ukraine has denied it carried out such an attack, describing the allegation as a Russian disinformation campaign. Several people have been killed during overnight unrest in Iran as protests over soaring inflation escalated into clashes with security forces. Iranian media and rights groups reported deaths in multiple cities, while authorities blamed violence on demonstrators and said dialogue would be offered alongside security measures. Pakistan and India have exchanged details of their nuclear facilities and lists of prisoners held in each other's jails. According to sources, the details of nuclear facilities were exchanged simultaneously in Islamabad and New Delhi. The exchange was conducted under a formal agreement between Pakistan and India. The two countries also exchanged lists of prisoners held in each other's jails under the Consular Access Agreement signed in 2008. Zoran Mandani has been sworn in as New York City Mayor in the first minutes of the new year at the historic City Hall subway station, with his wife Rama Duwaji standing by his side. The oath was administered by New York State Attorney General Letitia James. The Democratic Socialists' plans for his first day in office nod to his politics and priorities without straying far from his predecessors, with a sober, official midnight oath-taking, followed by a more celebratory ceremony in the afternoon. US President Donald Trump has said that his administration is removing the National Guard from Chicago, Los Angeles, and Portland, but he adds in his social media post that federal forces will come back if crime rates go up. Local leaders in those cities and Democrats have said the deployments are unnecessary. Trump's announcement comes shortly before a federal appellate court ruled that his administration had to return hundreds of California National Guard troops to Governor Gavin Newsom's control. Israel is set to prohibit 37 international aid organisations from operating in Gaza and the West Bank from January 1st, citing failure to meet stricter registration and security requirements. Israeli authorities say the rules aim to prevent alleged links between NGO staff and rebel groups, a claim rejected by several aid agencies. Groups including Doctors Without Borders are affected. Turkey has granted visa-free travel to Chinese citizens holding ordinary passports for tourism and transit. Under a presidential decree signed by President Tayyip Erdogan, visitors from China can now stay up to 90 days within any 180-day period starting January 2nd. The move is aimed at boosting tourism and trade ties between the two countries. As 2025 drew to a close, people across the world welcomed the new year with celebrations stretching from the Pacific to the Americas. From bell-ringing ceremonies in Seoul to festivities at the Great Wall of China and early countdowns in Europe, crowds marked the arrival of 2026 with traditions, fireworks, and hopes for peace. Meanwhile, both Ukrainians and Russians welcomed the new year with hopes for peace. After nearly 4 years of conflict, citizens on both sides are looking ahead with a shared desire for calm, stability, and an end to hostilities. And Bulgaria has officially adopted the euro, becoming the 21st member of the Eurozone as the new year began. Celebrations erupted in Sofia, with fireworks and a countdown at the central bank. Supporters say the move completes Bulgaria's integration into the European Union and eases travel and trade, though opposition remains strong among nearly half the population. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.